First, appreciate you being here. Tough game, obviously, but 4-0, where we wanted to be. I want to talk, to you guys about the football team. I know I'm so excited for them to watch them play this weekend. I had our guys watch them, and to do what they did to become bowl eligible with third-string, players, with the injuries and with the determination. I'm so happy for them. We have to leave on Saturday, otherwise we'd be there for senior night. But I hope everyone shows up and supports that group. That quarterback and the toughness that team showed was like an inspiration to all of us. So I'm excited about that. And I also want to mention we did sign 4 players coming in next year's class, and I'm thrilled about Javante, Chris, Lino, and Caden. They play all positions. 3 are from the West Coast, and they're going to bring high energy. One is from North Carolina to our program, and great families, again, good athletes, and really proud to add them to Rutgers Nation. So I wanted to say those 2 things before opening up. And again, I always compliment. I think Joey does a great job. I think they're going to win 20 games. Merrimack's tough. They play unique basketball. Got to give them a huge tip of the hat. The point guard, I saw the films. He was hard to guard, and in real life, he's hard to guard. So I thought we did a really good job down the stretch of limited his touches. We made our free throws. We out-rebounded them, and we move on. We move on now on the road.
Questions, Jerry?
Steve, Merrimack really threw the kitchen sink defensively at Ace, and he had 16 points and 7 rebounds in the second half. What do you think of how he solved that puzzle?
First, I told him I love the way he rebounded the basketball, and Ace is talented, and we can move him around. He plays a lot of positions, and he's just kind of, getting his wind back and his conditioning back too from having that little bit of a layoff. But Dylan grabbed some huge rebounds down the stretch too. Just some huge putbacks, but they're really talented, and our players got them the basketball when they needed it. But Ace's, best days too are ahead of them, and that's a good thing for us.
Adam in the back.
Steve, what was it like preparing for the zone Merrimack plays, and how much did it help that you had Jordan already pretty familiar with their systems?
I mean, Jordan's a winner, and Jordan was great. So from the get-go, we didn't have a lot of days to prepare, and it is very unique. But, Jordan's, somewhere after he's done playing, he's going to play for a long time. He should think about coaching. He has a really good mind, for basketball. And, he was well in tune to what they were going to try to do. But, it's one thing to be prepared. It's another thing that you got to go and face a different kind of defense like they have. So thought it was good for us. Some teams in our league play like that. And, we'll learn from the things that we didn't do well. But to have him, as part of the game plan was very helpful.
Jeff and then Craig.
Ace, what did you see kind of against the zone? How did you want to kind of approach going against it?
I mean, we had great scouts. My coaches gave us great scouts for us to prepare. So I could say like us seeing the middle wide open, knowing how to get to the spots. I mean, shooting with confidence, rebounding, secondary shots and stuff in that situation.
Craig.
23-10. I mean, what does it mean to get your first collegiate career double-double?
I mean, it's a blessing, but I wouldn't be able to do it without my teammates. I mean, without them helping me, knowing them, they know my spots, they know where I like to get in the ball. Don't put me in the spots, me put my teammates in the spot for them to be successful, and it's just all the team thing.
Jeff, in the back there.
Jordan, obviously playing against your former teammates, coaches. What was that like tonight?
It was interesting for sure. It was something that we knew was going to happen in the summer when our schedule came out. And I love those guys, but on the court is we do what we got to do. Obviously, a great team, great defense. Fans were awesome tonight, and we got in here. We were trying to get on the glass as much as possible, and I think we did a good job at that, and we came out with a win.
Bobby,
4 games in, you're 4-0. What have you learned about this team with all these new players?
They soaked in the report. We're trying to improve on some of our weaknesses. We didn't defend the 3 well in the last couple games, and we did a great job today defending the 3. So they learned from film. They took that personal today. We played all kinds of different style teams. I think all these teams are going to win a lot of games, especially in their conferences. But we got a lot of pieces. We still got to figure out the rotation, and I got to do a really good job with that. It was nice to have Jeremiah back today because he brings another dimension to our team. And today was really the first game the entire roster was available. So like to keep it that way moving forward. But we got a long way to go. Showed some signs again. You know, we scored 74 points, went to the free throw line. I think we made all our free throws except for one in the second half. And then we out-rebounded them, which has been, you know, one of our Achilles, and we got on the offensive glass. So some improvements in some areas, and, you know, look forward to working with these guys. They're good workers.
Jerry and then Brian.
Steve, what do you think of what you got out of Manny today, and how much you're going to need him going forward?
Yeah, plus 15. I thought, you know, he was really active, and he did a really good job. He's had really good practices, right, Ace? Yeah. Strung together a few really good practices. Practice is important. Came out with a little edge today and being plus 15. And he's got some tools. He can do some things, and he'll continue to get better. Now, this is a guy who hasn't played in a long time with the injury, and now he's new to basketball anyway. So, you know, his best days are ahead of him if he keeps on working the way he's been working.
Brian?
Steve, he hits that shot in the second half where there's two guys around him. He fades away, shoots a jumper, and goes right in, doesn't touch the rim. I guess, what are you thinking when he takes and makes that shot, and how helpful is it for you as a coach to have a guy you could put the ball in his hands and be pretty confident he can hit those shots?
Yeah, I mean, Dylan, Ace, they can all score in a lot of different ways. I mean, Ace is 6'10", and, you know, he's a hard guy to guard. And, you know, we want the ball in his hands. He's a really good passer, too, but I love the way he rebounded today. I thought his defense was much improved, you know, so feel good when he has the basketball in his hands.
Good, guys. Jerry, one more?
Steve, you're going on the road for 20 days, the longest stretch maybe of your tenure until you're going to be back here. What's this going to be like for your team? What are your hopes that you get out of this big test that's coming up?
I like to stay right here at Jersey Mike's. That's what I like a lot. You know, basketball now is a little bit different, so we got to go on the road. But you know, Jay, Mike, and Ace get to return home, and we're going on the road. We got to figure out how to win on the road, which is a tough thing. We don't have our great crowd like they were great when we needed them to be tonight. And we got to figure ourselves out. I'm looking forward to the trip, though. You know, when we get away from all that, I'm going to try to get these guys to put their phones down for 5 minutes and really bond as a team and do some team stuff. But, you know, we wanted to be 4-0 at this stretch, and that's what we are. We got a tough road game, and then all the ones after that are going to be, and they come quickly, too. So, you know, I'll learn more about our team, but if they keep improving and they keep staying together, like, you know, we have a chance to be very good.
Last two right here, and then in the front.
For Jordan. Jordan, you came from a program where you were basically the #1 offensive option to here where your role is a lot different. That involves a lot of sacrifice. Talk about the decision to come here and, you know, what your role is and all the things you're asked to do here.
Yeah, I think you kind of got it spot on. I think I knew what I was asking for when I went into the portal. I know I wanted to play at a higher level. And to have decisions to make when you go into teams and you see, like, you know, I get to play with these guys, I get to, you know, I got some good offensive players, good defensive players. I found myself being able to fit in nicely, and, you know, Coach Pike gave me the confidence to do that. You know, when I came on my visit, you know, he told me what it was, and he didn't lie. So, and that's if you can get that done in the portal, you know, you can get people.
Last one.
Coach, when you're assessing Ace and Dylan's potential long-term, what aspect of each of their skill sets excites you most?
Oh, the best basketball's ahead of them. They're exciting. They work at it, too. They're great teammates. You know, the great word you used was sacrifice. You know, like, they all have to sacrifice. Like, he had to rebound tonight. It was huge for us. And, you know, so, and they're really good, you know, as a group of sacrificing. But they got some unique skill sets. They really do. They, you know, they are blessed with great size. They got great approach. And this guy's a worker. He's a worker. Dylan's a worker. You know, when you work and you're that young and you have some talent, you can do a lot of great things. And, you know, I'm looking forward to, like, watching tape with him. Like, he soaks in, you know, what he needs to soak in with tape. And I just think their upside is, you know, just off the charts.
Watching, or you would say that you model your game after in any way?
I got a couple. Kevin Durant, Paul George, and Jason Tatum. And I say T-Mac too. T-Mac in there.
What do you like about those players
I mean, they create shots and put their teammates in situations that they know they can succeed in, and they can step up and be a leader.